Prime Minister Narendra Modi on two-day visit to Gujarat inaugurates natural therapy project in state. No Chinese intrusion, asserts centre, calls media report of transgression fake news. Assam Chief Minister reviews progress of schemes in Lakhimpur, moods hydrological survey to tame flood by river Dhansiri. Eid Milad-un-Nabi being celebrated across India with religious fervour. COVID-19 pandemic prevents processions. Country's COVID cases dropped below 6 lakh. Meghalaya Urban Affairs Minister tests positive for the virus. Good evening viewers, welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Anupa, now with the details. In national news first, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today inaugurated the Arogya Van project in Kevadia in Narmada district of Gujarat. He also visited Arogya Kutir where he was apprised of the project. The project has been set up on 17 acres of land in Kevadia for spreading awareness about yoga, Ayurveda and meditation. Arogya Van has 380 species of plants and trees with rich medicinal values. Apart from natural therapy of Kerala, souvenir shops and cafeterias are also part of the Arogya Van project. The Prime Minister is scheduled to inaugurate different projects and lay the foundation stone for 4 projects at the Statue of Unity complex near Kevadia. During his visit, Mr. Modi will also pay his tribute to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel on his 145th birth anniversary tomorrow. He will also participate in the Ekta parade to be held at the Statue of Unity on the occasion of Rashtriya Ekta Divas. In more national news, the Union government today termed as fake a report published in an English daily that Chinese troops have further transgressed into Indian territory and occupied positions in Finger 2 and 3 of the north bank of Pangong Tso Lake. In a tweet, the Press Information Bureau clarified that Additional Director General of Public Information of Indian Army has refuted the statement. In news from Northeast, in Assam, Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal today reviewed the implementation of various government schemes of Lakhimpur district at a meeting with the Deputy Commissioner and other heads of the department in Lakhimpur. Terming river Dhansiri as the lifeline for the people of the district, Chief Minister Sonowal said in order to sustain the life-giving prosperity of the river, a hydrological survey should be carried out. He said that since recurring flood and erosion caused by the river has become a perennial problem for the district, a hydrological survey to study the nature of the river should also be carried out. He asked the Water Resources Department to do the needful for undertaking the survey to tame flood and erosion and find a lasting solution to the perennial problem. In more news from Northeast, National People's Party President and Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma along with Party Leader and Meghalaya Power Minister James Sangma on Thursday entered the campaign trial for the by-elections in Manipur. Both leaders addressed a gathering at Wangoi where the party is fielding Token Singh as its candidate. By-elections were announced for 5 constituencies in Manipur after sitting MLAs resigned and polling is scheduled to be held on November 7. Now we take a short commercial break. Stay with us.
ये विशाल है ना, इसका सब प्रॉपर चलता है।
कल उसके बैंक अकाउंट में 15,000 रुपए का फ्रॉड हुआ है, पता है?
इसको तो कोई टेंशन ही नहीं होती है, देखना।
टेंशन क्यों? मेरी कोई गलती नहीं थी। फिर भी फ्रॉड होने पर मैंने तुरंत बैंक को इन्फॉर्म कर दिया। आरबीआई कहता है अगर आपके अकाउंट से किसी ने धोखे से पैसे निकाले हैं तो बैंक को जल्द से जल्द इन्फॉर्म कीजिए। 3 दिन के अंदर इन्फॉर्म किया तो कोई नुकसान नहीं होगा। जितना लेट करोगे उतना ज्यादा नुकसान। और सुन, सब चलता नहीं है, प्रॉपर चलाना पड़ता है। आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Eid Milad-un-Nabi, the birthday of Prophet Muhammad, is being celebrated with religious fervour across the country today. Various organizing committees have decided not to take out Milad processions in view of COVID-19 pandemic. However, highlighting the life and techniques of Prophet Muhammad Milad, mehfils and online Shirat conferences are being held. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have greeted the people on the occasion. In a message, Kovind said Prophet Muhammad led the world to the path of humanity. In his message, the Vice President said the Holy Prophet showed humanity the rightest path of universal brotherhood. In a tweet, Prime Minister Modi hoped that this day will promote compassion and brotherhood among all sections of people. India's active COVID-19 cases has dropped below 6 lakh today. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country is 5,94,000. The Union Health Ministry said the constantly increasing recoveries have ensured that the actual caseload of the country is reduced and currently comprises only 7.35% of the total positive cases. The recovery rate has improved to 91.15%. More than 57,000 COVID patients recovered during the last 24 hours. The total number of recoveries have reached over 73,73,000. In the last 24 hours, 48,648 new cases were reported, taking the total number of positive cases so far to over 80,88,000. Currently, India's case fatality rate is at 1.50%, which is one of the lowest globally. In the last 24 hours, 563 deaths have been reported, taking the toll to 1,21,090. In Corona update from the northeast, in Arunachal Pradesh with 56 new cases, the total number of active cases has reached 2,008 with 37 deaths. In Manipur, the number of active COVID-19 patients is now 4,308 with 160 deaths. In Meghalaya, the number of active cases is 1,326. The death toll is 87. In Mizoram, the active cases stands at 435 with 1 death reported. Nagaland has a total number of 1,763 active cases with 35 deaths. Sikkim has 268 active cases where the number of deaths stands at 67. In Tripura, there are 1,580 active cases with 346 deaths. Meanwhile, Meghalaya Urban Affairs and Transport Minister Sanoba Langdhar has tested positive of COVID-19. He is the third minister of Meghalaya to have tested positive for COVID-19. Earlier, Power Minister James Sangma and Health Minister A.L. Heck had tested positive for COVID-19. In Assam, Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma in a tweet informed that 398 positive cases were reported during the last 24 hours. A total of 28,302 tests were conducted in that period and the positivity rate is 1.41%. 1,057 patients have recovered in the last 24 hours and the recovery rate is 94.13%. The upsurge in the coronavirus crisis goes on undaunted despite the relentless battle by frontline COVID warriors. While the active cases at the global level is pegged at 4,54,22,556, the number of recovered is 3,3,33,563 and the death toll is 1,18,07,526. In the COVID-19 global scenario, USA tops the list with over 92 lakh positive cases, followed by India and then Brazil with over 54 lakh cases. In Meghalaya, the Home Jail Department has submitted a proposal to the state government to construct a central jail in Shillong. Informing this, Inspector General Prisons Maria Hom Kharkrang has informed that the department has requested the state government to allot 25 acres of land for the central jail at New Shillong Township. According to him, the central jail will be more of a correctional center and not just a prison, adding that there is a need to change the perception about jails. Kharkrang said that the department wants to introduce facilities like training centers to teach prisoners various trades which will help them get employment once they leave the jail.
18, and at the same time also the various courts also in Meghalaya have released almost 1,158 UTPs. That means these are not convicts, they are still UTPs, under trial prisoners, right from when COVID started till date.
In Nagaland, the State Rural Livelihoods Mission Block Mission Management Unit under the Noklak block held a program for Bank Sakhi at State Bank of India Noklak branch. Block Program Manager S. Chilio Kyang Myung-gan in his introductory remarks spoke on the concept, role and responsibilities of Bank Sakhi. He said Bank Sakhi is a women's self-help group member with a good rapport and liaison with the bank staff, SHGs and village level organizations and is assigned to sit at the bank branch to assist SHGs. To end the news, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on two-day visit to Gujarat inaugurates natural therapy project in state. No Chinese intrusion, asserts centre. Calls media report of transgression fake news. Assam Chief Minister reviews progress of schemes in Lakhimpur. Moods hydrological survey to tame flood by river Dhansiri. Eid Milad-un-Nabi being celebrated across India with religious fervour. COVID-19 pandemic prevents processions. Country's COVID cases drop below 6 lakh. Meghalaya Urban Affairs Minister tests positive for the virus. Before taking leave, viewers are reminded to maintain social distancing, frequently use soap and sanitizer and properly use the mask for your own security. Mask Up India. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.